Hi, so this evening I am speaking to Robert. And how you doing, Robert?
How you doing, Ed?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a nice conversation up to this point. You've had a harrowing experience, even by my standards, the last few months on Amazon, and you just wanted to express yourself and hope that Amazon sees perhaps where you're coming from. So tell us a little bit what happened to you the last 6 to 12 months on Amazon.
We've seen our business go from very profitable to unprofitable because of Amazon allowing so much widespread abuse and ignoring our pleas for help, and also by just mistreating us in multiple ways. I'll start from the beginning. A seller was a competitor, and they started doing the order bots. We were getting 7,000 of them per week, and the order bots were like half million to $1 million orders, multiple line items. They would cause our stock to go to zero, so we lost a lot of sales. And we tried to have a workaround, setting quantities high. Unfortunately, an employee made a pricing error, and then within 18 hours, 5,000 were bought. We provided all customers their money back, including an extra $10. It cost us, I think, $57,000 to do that. And despite doing that, our seller rating dropped by 25%. And it's really hurt our business to have the seller rating so low and to also have to shell out all that kind of money. And we had been pleading with Amazon for the longest time to address the order bots. We had a seller that we suspected was doing it because they were on the same listings that were being targeted for like half the orders. And also they got sloppy, did pending orders where it would also tie back to them. But Amazon never did anything. And our Amazon business rep tried to help. She escalated to her boss, but she was told to stand down. Like, they just did not want her doing anything but business development. They didn't want her trying to assist us at all. And we never could get any assistance there. And then they also allowed vicious sellers to file false counterfeit without a test buy violations. These sellers would take HP and Dell, Lenovo, like branded first party listings. They're not the brand owner. They lack standing. They don't have a letter of authorization so but they allow them to insert like a private label into the listing and then file counterfeit violations. And we would get like dozens of those things per week, sometimes in a day, 10 of them. And we appealed successfully like 20 in a row with our valid letter of authorization and our invoices, oftentimes directly from the manufacturer, because we were direct with a lot of these manufacturers. And Amazon, we'd have the successful appeal, but Amazon would just allow the same violation on the same listing, duplicates. And one time we just got suspended, and just out of the blue. And we didn't find that it was so serious because we're successfully appealing them. We did escalate it constantly. Hey, we're keep getting attacked like this, and we are concerned, but Amazon ignored us as always. So yeah, it took 17 days to get unsuspended. I mean, to get the appeal to go through. They ignored us, had to go through all kinds of channels, had to use former merchant risk investigator consultants to try to go through various escalation paths, had to reach out to old contacts that were senior category merchant managers for the PC category to get connected to the new one. Finally, that's what worked. But lost like at least over $2 million we lost in sales, and the profit was much worse because we were playing catch up with vendors. We were on payment plans, we were struggling, we were pricing things at bad margins just to be able to pay people back, and it just set up very negative margin business for like a very long time because we're just playing catch up the whole time. After that, it was just very devastating to the company, very stressful for everyone, every employee. We have like 80 employees. Everybody was just so stressed out. It was terrible. And Amazon just ignored us. And the seller that had caused us to be suspended, we just completely made sure that we were clear of all their listings. Like, we were using tools like Keepa to tell us who's on what listings, and we were just staying clear. Like, we're literally coming up with tools just to figure out how to stay out of other people's way,
They
just
make the
because we don't want to be
victim,
suspended.
Amazon makes the victim like the problem.
Oh yeah, yeah, very much so, very much so. So yeah, so that happened. And then some other seller, who I think, was also a competitor. I don't know if they're friends with the one that first attacked us. Maybe they got word that, hey, you can knock out your competitor this way. I don't know. But another competitor started doing the same thing to us, and did like 9, 10. I think it was like 9. I think it was 9 in one day, or no, it was 10 in one day. They did 10 in one day of the counterfeit without a test buy violations. And we appealed every single one successfully, but they just kept doing it. They just kept doing it over and over again. And Amazon got tired of our appeals, even though we had valid appeals and we were accepting them. And then Amazon started putting in an auto rejection. So it's like if our appeal wasn't successful the first 2 times, and these were perfectly good appeals with a valid letter of authorization and invoice, basically the same exact format as the previous ones that were appealed successfully, and they would just reject it 2 in a row and then do an auto rejection. So then we got to the point where okay, we only have two violations out of the 10 we couldn't get removed. They didn't go through on the first 2 attempts. So we just had to abandon that seller's listings completely as well, and use the tools to figure out what they were on. Basically, Amazon's creating unfair, or just creating like higher prices for customers to pay, because they're allowing these abusive sellers to kick off their competition, abuse brand registry. I don't know why they even give brand registry access to those sellers to begin with, especially for HP branded listings. It'd be so easy for them to block that. It's like, okay, the listing is HP. You're not the brand owner of HP. Maybe you shouldn't be able to file a counterfeit violation against your competitor. It would make sense, but yeah, it doesn't with Amazon.
But who knows how they do it. But so I get that. So you've been attacked. You're straight as an arrow. You have a extremely legitimate business. You've lost millions of dollars. But there's another issue which we wanted to address, with the PPC. You must spend
Yeah.
millions of dollars on PPC a year, right?
Yes, that's correct. You can just reproduce this issue right now if you're if you're watching this now. Or yeah, if Amazon still hasn't fixed it, just go to Amazon Business, log in, type in RTX 4090 PC, search RTX 4090 PC. You'll see empowered PC desktops. They don't have prices on Amazon Business, and they say item removed because Amazon Business removed our products. They still show our ads, but they removed our products. Is that legal? Is it legal to be charged for ads, but the products are blocked? And if you do the same thing, not logged into Amazon Business, just don't be logged into anything. Just have a new browser like Edge or something, and go to those listing, or yeah, search the same thing, RTX 4090 PC, and you'll see our listings again. And when you click them with like a 90210 area code, the California area code, and you'll see it says it won't ship to that area. So we're blocked in California, we're blocked in Amazon Business, but the ads still show up. So each of those areas is 20% of the market, if on average. So, I mean, what are we getting? 80 of 80%. So we're getting 64% of the market, and we're losing 36%. So they're making us pay for 100% of ads, but we're only getting sales on 64% of it. So we're being overbilled by 36%. And you can easily reproduce this issue. It's not lawful what they're doing, and we've escalated it. And Amazon PR tried to respond. The only way to get anything done with Amazon PR is to say something. Finally, sellers stopped attacking us because we replied to comments to Ed's posts about how Amazon was going to tighten their belt on this private label accessorized, like major branded listing issue, because it's a type of hijacking that's occurring, and it's abusive, and we would like Amazon to tighten their belt on that. But yeah, just by writing some comments within a day, those 2 sellers were suspended. But we had sent notifications to everybody: Scott Hayden, head of trademarks, Russ, Darmish, you name it, every single escalation. We even talked to the director of merchant risk investigations, who said he was going to help us. And then the emails got ghosted for over 2 months straight. Just nothing was happening. And it wasn't until we wrote some comments to Ed's posts that we saw something happen only 24 hours later. So Amazon's PR has all the power. If you want to get in, if anything's going to happen at Amazon, it's because Amazon PR says, hey, you got to do this. It's making us look bad. But it seems like that is the trigger. If anything is to change, Amazon PR has to basically say, hey, you got to change this. Hopefully they'll say you got to change this to the fact that we're being billed for ads and on Amazon Business in California, even though our products are blocked.
Right. So there's two things here. One is that you were attacked for months, which cost you literally millions of dollars because the suspension happened because of that. And and then you had the bad feedback, but okay, that was a mistake. But the immediate fix, what Amazon should do is refund you for the ads where it's unpurchasable.
Yeah, they should refund the 36% of the ad spend. It's easily trackable. We receive performance notifications of geographic restrictions because we didn't meet some California CC Tier 2 compliance, which a lot of our competitors don't either, but they don't seem to be targeted. And then they should not be so lazy. Instead of just, oh, you're blocked, let's block you from being added to the cart. Let's say item removed in the search results. Instead of just doing that, just coordinate with the ad team. Tell them, hey, don't display ads for products that are geographically restricted. If California is the default address, then don't show the ad. I mean, Google has geographic restrictions. On Google, you can specify that, hey, any state is blocked. I mean, it just blocks it at the IP level. I mean, Amazon's capable of this, but they're just lazy and they don't care. They just want more money. Why would Amazon reduce our ads and give us geographic restrictions? That would just cost them money. They don't want to lose money, so they just would rather overbill us. And yeah, the same thing on Amazon Business. Amazon Business doesn't want to display products that have geographic restrictions. So we got the double whammy. We got blocked on California and on Amazon Business. And we tracked it back to the performance notifications. They all said, yeah, geographic restrictions, and they listed the ASIN. So yeah, we knew
Yeah,
that was
it's
a problem.
frustrating, and I hear you loud and clear, and I definitely empathize with you, and I wish I could do something more than what I'm doing now. One last question. Do you think in the last like 2 to 3 years they've improved?
I haven't seen any improvement from Amazon. They treat us like an A/B test. They squeeze more profit, squeeze some more,
Right.
more profit, squeeze some more, and they're going to keep squeezing until they start seeing sellers go out of business and leave the platform, and they start seeing that Google's getting more traffic and sales than them because a lot of merchants are having such bad experiences that they're just riding off Amazon and going to Google. But until Amazon's A/B testing shows that sellers that their treatment of sellers is costing them money, they're just going to keep being worse.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Then we'll see. Hopefully somebody will see this, and I mean they'll see it, but hopefully they'll see and do something, and we'll see what happens. Okay. Thank you so much, and I'm so sorry you're going through all this. Okay.
Thank you, Ed. I appreciate your help and your ability to get the awareness. I really appreciate that.